Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Akil on Trade here, and in this video I'm going to be explaining to you guys how I made $665 today using a simple strategy, 13 EMA breakup. Right, so today I actually traded gold, nothing too crazy, right? You feel me? Right, so gold honestly blessed us. So I was honestly looking at buys on gold. If we go over to like the 4 hour, right, you guys can see on the 4 hour we are super bullish, right? Creating new all-time highs, right? But what did I realize? That gold was actually starting to range, right? Price would reach here and price would reach up to this high, this point of interest, come back down to this other point of interest, and guess what? It would head back up, right? So I was like, if price is going back up probably to retest that high, right, most likely I should be taking buys, right, on the lower time frames. So the hour, you can actually start to see how gold is actually ranging. You can see how we are actually kind of in a bullish trend on the hour, right? Going on to the 50-minute also, you guys can see we are still ranging, and guess what? You can see how gold is actually breaking structure to the upside and going up, right? Right now we are kind of getting a retest to the here, because we have gaps to fill in here. We filled in the gaps there on the 1 hour, right, and on the 5-minute, right? Boom, that's the spot I'm looking to place my trades, everything. So here now I was looking for buys, continuation to the upside, right? But also was looking at the gaps to see if price was going to fill in the gaps. We had CAD CPI news today, so I was watching it to see. So I didn't trade until after 8:30, right? And guess what happened, right? We're pushing up now, right? We had this demand zone here, right? I was honestly right, I was looking at this, and then guess what? I realized price didn't leave a gap in the market, so I didn't even bother to watch that zone anymore, right? So price now, after see how price is literally coming back down here, rejecting up, right, and then came back once again and then head back up, right? So I went over onto the 50-minute, and I was like, okay, what do we have? We have liquidity sitting at the bottom right here. So what price is going to do? Price mostly going to head back up and go there, or if not, I'm going to look to see if price close below that level there for me to say, okay, price wants to go back down to the downside, probably to fill in these gaps right here. You guys can see what did price do? Price literally did that, came in to fill in the gaps right here, tapped into this beautiful demand, 50-minute demand. You're probably saying I could have taken this demand, right? I don't trade for 50 minutes, so I was just looking at it. Price came in, tapped into the 50-minute demand, also I believe 1 hour, yes, also the 1 hour zone, and went straight back up, right? So if, on the 5-minute now, what I was looking at, right, I was looking at this. I was like, okay, if price decides to close above the 13 EMA, I'll take my my entry, right? And as soon as price close above that 13 EMA, I literally just enter for a buy position, and within a couple minutes, you guys can see we hit TP, right? But this is what was going through my mind. Price came up, showed beautiful momentum to the upside, like, I literally came back down to retest this 13 EMA, and then rejected and went back up and closed bullish, right? Now, what am I saying, right? Instead of catching this big loss at 670, well, basically on future side is actually was 67 ticks points to the a stop loss, right? 67 point stop loss, which is what, $670, right? If you multiply by 10, boom. So instead of taking that big loss, if price decides to break here, this level here, that candle right there, I'll take an exit and probably take out a small loss, probably $100 loss, nothing too crazy, right? Right. So price didn't go down to that level, right? This candle here I was watching because of how we closed bearish, and I was like, okay, most likely if the next candle here, which was 10:15, decides to go bearish and heads back down here, I'll just take my loss, a calm $100 loss, right? But in this case, price didn't do that. Price decided to reject off of this 13 EMA and close super bullish, breaking the 200 EMA, which is the white line here, and the 50 SMA, which was beautiful. I was actually amazed, but before that, it was actually showing some rejection towards here before the candle closed, right? I believe this is 10:20. I was like, okay, instead of you know, because of this area, this interest right here, because of how we had so much wicks here and price literally just reversed and went back down. I was like, okay, if price decides to break this candle, this wick right here, I'm going to go break even. So just move my stop into profit, a little bit into profit, so that way if price does decide to respect those wicks, that level of liquidity and come back down, I wouldn't lose any money. So that's, guess what, risk-free trade. So proper, this is proper risk management, proper everything, right? So price literally closed above that wick, and I was like, okay, that's a great sign that we could actually head up to TP. Boom. I believe 1025 now candle was literally bearish. It was just showing rejecting off of this wick right here, and eventually it decided to flip bullish, right, and literally went straight up to TP, taking us out. And I made a calm profit. I'll pop that up on the screen somewhere right here, or probably down below. This trade here was just overall good. Well, the best, well, not really the best trade, a good trade, yeah. All right. So I enjoyed this trade here, you know, from last month, actually realizing, yeah, okay, because of everything that's going on with Trump right now, risk management is a key factor right now, because the whole tariffs thing literally pump and dump. Literally, market is just going up. 1 minute you will see market go up, next minute you will see market crash, and that's really not a good sign, especially for retail traders like myself, especially supply and demand traders. We supply and demand traders need a bullish, like, we need to trade in trend, not consolidation. So when consolidation is there, you need to actually get a backup strategy. This is what I did. Then liquidity grab, 30 EMA breakout. You know, this is like something that Doyle does, right? But not all the time I would trade this. Most times I actually do look for supply and demand. Like today, I actually was looking for supply and demand. Like this setup right here, I was just waiting for price to break this structure here before coming back into the zone. But it, you guys can see on the regular forex side, gold did in fact tap into the zone. But this here, let me show you guys the future side so you guys can see. This is what I took, right? So you guys can see the level I marked out, break even, TP hit, right? And you guys can see 67 point stop loss, right? $670, but because of fees I ended up getting 665, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, join the link in the description below to the Discord free community. A lot of supply and demand traders are in there. If you guys trade supply and demand as well, or just liquidity grabs, you know, it's really just a fun community, right? And make sure to follow the Instagram link, will also be in the description below. And yes guys, peace out.